Hey everyone, Dan here. It's been a while since I've made a video and I thought I'd knock another one up. I'm making these whiskey burgers that I got the idea of BBQ Pitboys when I'm going to try these on my bullet smoker at the back. These burger patties are just normal Coles mince. I think 20% or 17% fat. They're 150 grams each and I made them up just squishing them into my burger patty maker here. So they should be a fairly good size. I'm going to put soft brown sugar on that and I'm using wild turkey. I'm going to pour the wild turkey on there instead, probably 15 to 20 mils per burger patty with the soft brown sugar. So they're the burger patties and I'll get them prepped, go on the smoker and then we'll go from there. So I've measured out 30 mils of bourbon. I'll put the soft brown sugar on there. I've measured out 30 mils and I'm just going to pour it slightly onto these. Hopefully I can get it right. I thought about using a syringe, but I'm just going to try to get there on there. Pour that through. This isn't an exact science, so I'm just trying to. I've never done this particular recipe before, but with that soft brown sugar, I think it should actually mellow it out a bit. That being the theory. Now, I'm not even going to use that full 30 ml. I might actually. I don't drink a lot of bourbon, so there we go. So I'll let that sit in the fridge for another 5 or 10 minutes until that barbecue's ready to go. Let that mellow in a bit. There's probably a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of brown sugar on there, on each of them. So once again, this is an experimental recipe off BBQ Pitboys. I want to try myself. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so now we'll get the smoker ready, and I'll do it like I always do. So what I do, I've started doing this since getting it off YouTube from another bloke as well. Placing my smoking timber at the bottom and then putting the heat beads over it. This is just a piece of hickory. I'll add my heat beads over the top onto that, and I find just by putting it, I'm not going to put too many more in because it's only going to be half an hour cooked, but I find doing it like that, the smoke burns a lot cleaner. So then put that part on. I've pre-boiled the kettle, fill the water bowl up so I don't dry out my beef patties too much. Also, I find that having the water in there, it regulates the temperature a lot better. This time, I'm actually going to go straight onto here like this, so I don't have to use as many heat beads. I'll find that I won't have this part on there, so it should be a bit hotter in there without wasting heat beads. Another thing too, and I'll bring these up so you can see them. What I did with these is I've actually perforated a heap of holes. I used a little skewer, but then I thought, bugger it, I'll try a fork. I whacked the fork, careful not to go all the way through, so that bourbon that I poured on there could soak into the meat. So I'll give that 5 minutes to heat up, and I'll put them on. Okay, so this is up to a temperature of just over 100 degrees. So I'll take that off and I'll get my burger patties on here. Being very gentle. They fall apart. They should be good because they've sat in the fridge for 3 or 4 hours before I put the bourbon and sugar on there to help them set. So I'll come back in probably 30 minutes. I'm aiming for an internal temperature of maybe 55 to 60 degrees. Then I'll take them off, let them rest, and then I'll just sear them, reverse sear them. Just want to try that and see how it goes. It's a bit of an experiment as well. Okay, so that's been about nearly 30 minutes now, and I just checked the internal temperature of them, and they're now sitting at 57 degrees. So I'm going to take them off and rest them for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and sear them off on the coals. I'm just going to do that mainly because I want to trial it, because I always do it with my steak. I always rest it for 20 when I reverse sear, then sear it after I've cooked it. But also it gives me time now to do my onions, eggs, and bacon for the burgers. So I'll be back when we're ready to do that. So I've got my onions on at the moment. I'm just going to give it a quick tip. I dare say a lot of people who barbecue do this. I'm just doing it inside, but I'm just going to add beer to that. And not much, but just enough to coat those onions, let it steam off. Just a tip that I do just for doing onions. I know a lot of people do it, but I'm meeting a lot of people nowadays who have never added beer to their onions in their life, but it actually adds a real nice flavour. So that's just a tip for the onions I'm doing for my burger. Okay, so I've had these covered in alfoil for about 20 minutes while I've got everything else ready, the onions, everything else. Now I'm just going to sear them off on the residual coals. So now we're in a nice hot spot. Give them about a minute aside. There we go. Give them about a minute aside. And they should be right. So I'll come back, I'll do those a minute aside. We'll go inside and we'll build the burger up. And then I'll get the taste tester, being the wife, to see what she thinks of them. But I'll do this just to get that nice crust. You know, when you smoke them, they don't tend to have that crust on the outside. They should have absorbed some of that moisture back into them. They won't be too dry, hopefully. First attempt I did them for about an hour. So, and they were dry, but they were thicker, but they were too dry. So this time I haven't gone too heavy on the smoking process and slow cooking. I've just done it for that 25-30 minutes. I'll flip these in about another 30 seconds and give them another minute on the other side, and then I'll come back. So that's the end result of them being seared above the coals. Got everything else here ready. Array of sauces, beetroot, garlic aioli I have in mine with barbecue. Louise has mayo and sauce. I actually toasted the buns just on the inside, not on the outside, because they were fresh today. I'm going to build these up. Got bacon, onion, lettuce, tomato, beetroot and an egg for each of them, and cheese. We'll come back and we'll have a look at the final product. So right here we have the final result of that. That's Louise's. She's just made and cut open there, and that's mine. So we've got the bacon and onion on the bottom, egg, beef patty, tomato, beetroot, lettuce, mayo. And Louise is going to do the first taste test of that to see what it's like. Where's that? It doesn't matter. The lighting's not too good in here. But she can give us the taste test and see if it's any good or not. Is it alright?
It's very yummy.
Can you taste the bourbon in the beef patty?
You can.
There you go. So there we have it. A beef burger patty made with the bourbon like the BBQ Pitboys, but with an Aussie twist. Alright, until next time everyone, this is Dan, out.